Well, good evening, folks. I'm just making this little video here. It's the end of the day in the springtime. I've been busy today getting stuff ready for springtime work. And I thought I would make a brief video talking about a working student position that that I have available. Pardon me. Please excuse my apparel here. I'm in my barn clothes. I just finished night chores, mucking out, and so I'm not all dressed up fancy here. But anyways, back to the working student position. I tried to find somebody last summer, and I had a number of applicants. I kind of developed a short list from the applicants, and then invited one to interview, and the interview I thought went well, and then it turned out he was just looking for a summer job to make money. He really wasn't interested in the student part. And I can't really afford a full-time hired man, or hired lady for that matter. The working student position is essentially the payment that the student receives is not, so many dollars an hour, and they keep a time clock. It's they're like an apprentice, and they learn as they work. Then and as they're able, they assume more and more responsibilities. So what I'm looking for in a working student is someone who is genuinely, sincerely, for real interested in working with draft horses. I have draft horses. I have Percherons. And it's all I do really is farm and log with these horses. And I farm about 70 acres of land, and I use the horses for a good part of it, as much as I can. I've got a couple of pieces of land that are up the highway quite a ways, and I tend to use the tractor more for the faraway ones, because it's a little bit dangerous to take a big hitch up the highway, and it's quite far to go, and the time constraints. But anyways, besides the point, I'm looking for someone who would be interested in a working student / apprenticing position for the spring, summer, fall, or however long they're able to stay for. I'm just getting ready for my busy season. Is the springtime. I have crops to put in, and lots to do, and then before you know it, hay time comes, and there's busy haying, and then it's time to start harvesting the grain, and then fall time comes, and there's field work again, and it's all in a cycle. It never really ends. You never get quite ahead of it. So anyways, I had a few inquiries from people who had, I don't know what they had in mind, but they had some kind of a glamorous idea, and when I explained to them that this is, this is not an equestrian center, it's the sort of farm where you wear overalls and rubber boots and work boots, and it's not fancy, it's not glamorous, but at the end of 3 or 4 months, the student will be driving singles, doubles, triples, 4 in hand, 4 abreast, 5 abreast, any combination of those, and learning all about draft horses and harnessing and hitching and different aspects of crop production and haying and just the daily care, stable work. And there's work in the barn, there's work in the fields, there's work in the shop. Everything breaks. You gotta fix it, you gotta maintain it, how to maintain machinery and make repairs as needed. I do most of my own repairs. And so I've been thinking about getting a working student again this year. I tried last year, and I had one person that I interviewed who I thought might work, but they never came back and let it be known they just wanted a job. Well, I can't afford a full-time hired man. So, however, that's not to say that in the future, if the working student were to work here for 4, 5, 6 months and decide that they wanted to pursue this, on an ongoing basis, and they felt that, I felt that they were competent and, and it was working out, then I would not be opposed to hiring somebody. It's just that right now I'm not prepared to do that, and even if I could find somebody, I'd still have to train them. So, and primarily the summer time, spring, summer, fall is kind of when my big crunch rush all happens. Like most farms. I'm in Canada, so it's a very short growing season. You don't get too much slack in the summertime. It's all hands on deck. So right now, these are the two hands that I have, and so I'm just putting it out there. If somebody's local, I'm located in Ontario, Canada. Ideally, it'd be somebody local, but who knows? As far as the practicalities go of accommodations and stuff, it's possible we could work out shared accommodation, or if they had the means on their own to rent someplace, I might be able to arrange a low cost rent, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. That would have to be worked out. Really, ideally, it would be somebody, fairly local. So, but again, if it's somebody from far away, I might be able to make something work. They'd have to come and visit and see the farm, and we'd have to talk and decide what could be done, And I had several inquiries from far away last year, and none of them were prepared to even come for a visit to see. So the interest just wasn't there. If it's worth your while to come and devote 3 or 4 months of your life to a project, you might want to just make a little, a day or two vacation out of it before, and just see whether it's something, whether it jives with where you're at and where you want to go and all that. So just putting it out there, and if anybody wants to get in touch with me, feel free to do so. Leave a comment, and I can my cell phone number is on different. I'm not on social media other than YouTube. I don't have any other social media stuff. I'm not very connected up. I'm kind of low key. But if you want to get a hold of me, 705-323-2153 is my cell phone, and telephone call is the best. And text if you want, but I'd prefer a telephone call and talk directly. So I will say just before I close here, the job is very physical. And I say that just to warn anybody who may have an idea that it's, not. You have to be able to lift about 100 pounds. Lift, hold, carry 100 pounds. You need to be, relatively fit. I'm 6 feet tall, and I wouldn't want to be an inch shorter working with my horses, and I don't have very tall horses compared to some people's. So, just so you know, it's draft horses, and they're full-size draft horses, and I make full-size hay bales, and I have a full-size wheelbarrow, and the shit's heavy. So I just want to warn people who may have a disability or something that's probably not this is not something you want to look at. You want to be physically fit, strong, and able to do the work. So just a caveat, just so you know. There's no ability to adapt to disabilities. It's just the way it is. You have to be spry on your feet and strong while you're at it. So anyways, that's it. If you're interested in possibly apprenticing as a working student for a few months, I'm open to inquiries and open to someone coming for a visit, spend a day, give you the tour, meet all the horses. I could even give you a farm tour all the different farms and fields. I got a couple different properties that I work, and we'll go from there. So I look forward to, if there's anybody out there, look forward to hearing from you. So I'll leave it at this for now, and take care.